Yes, let's move on to the next story. A deputy justice minister designate has said illegal mining known as galamsey is akin to committing mass murder and must be completely banned. Joseph Pemka, I hope I got that right, told Parliament's Appointments Committee that, and I quote, "We are on our way to committing mass murder if people drink the polluted water." He said it was time for a moratorium on illegal mining. And that it should be put in place by the appropriate regulators to enable an audit of destruction caused the environment by the illegal miners. Now, Ghana is losing its natural vegetation and river bodies to the destructive activities of illegal miners. Some Ghanaians and their Chinese counterparts encroach on farmlands in their search for gold, bauxite and diamond. These people go to the extent of mining in river bodies and on river banks. The Tana River of the Brong-Ahafo region has dried up for the first time in 40 years due to these human activities. Ghana Water Company officials have cautioned the country risks importing water from its neighbors if the current destruction of illegal miners continues. Hey, this is crazy if we actually have to start importing water. And I feel like it's tied into a whole lot of issues, economic issues, poverty, and of course greed and rising prices of gold worldwide, and the fundamental basic feeling of not understanding your connection with nature and the environment. I mean, traditional religion would say this body is sacred, not for any reason, you know? If you know that, Charlie, you're not supposed to go here on Tuesdays. You're not because it's not even just the God per se. It's just the fact that you're
rest.
Yes, you're letting nature rest, lay fallow, come back again, be fertile, and we've totally lost that with capitalism, with you know, religion. Sometimes, you know, it's sad. Imagine if we have to buy water.
Already, well, some of us are buying. I'm just saying, like, you know, in our neighborhood. But I think this galamsey issue is actually larger than a lot of us realize, and it's scary when you think about it, because when you go into the hinterlands, a lot of people don't. It's either they just don't care, or they genuinely do not know the repercussions of what's happening and why everyone seems to be suddenly interested in our natural resources and gold, for that matter. What I still can't wrap my mind around is how these Chinese are getting into the country with all these humongous, gargantuan machines. Right? They're going past our ports with them. I don't think they dropped them from the sky, you know, and so there's several checks, and I feel like I'm tempted to believe that there might be some people up the chain who are benefiting from this. That's the only reason that it's thriving.
It's just like the slave trade. Oh, you sold your brother and sister for tins of. They are aware. It wasn't that they just came and took the people. Like she said, they didn't just drop the machines from the aeroplane. And, no, there's some people out there that know what's going on. Because why is nothing being really done? I mean, this whole galamsey discussion has been going on for many, many years, but nothing ever gets done. Why? It's not an issue, because they know how they benefit, back corners, as per usual.
So Ghanaians are part of the problem.
We're the major part of it. I mean, we're the ones leading these foreigners to perpetrate this act. You know, and just before we came on air, if you remember, we were having a conversation with one of our producers, and he was telling us about how there was this video on social media of a gentleman actually doing, like, it was like a selfie, you know, a video of him talking about, like, saying his name, where he lived, and how if Nanado tried to stop galamsey, it's going to be a problem because, and he panned to show people behind him working, and he said, oh, these people are going to walk away with 50 Ghana cedis, 60 Ghana cedis a day. You know, and so literally the president will be taking food off their table if he goes ahead to sort of fight galamsey.
Yeah, that's another.
But the bigger question is, so all of us should die because someone has to make a living. I mean, unfortunately, and this is the truth, life isn't fair, okay? We can't all suffer the consequences for someone's neglect, if I can put it that way. You know, galamsey is a serious issue. Listen, I went on a tour of Ghana, 7-day tour of Ghana. I went over the River Pra. I went over the Black Volta, the White Volta. We no longer have clear water. Like, when you see any river, lake in Ghana, chances are it looks muddy. Why is this happening? Galamsey, you know, and I don't know what we're waiting for. I mean, I must commend the folks in charge, because I know this week, in fact, there have been some arrests made. Quite a number of them, you know, and that's how it should start. Let's start holding these guys and taking them, you know, seriously, because they're going to come take our gold, destroy our lands and our water bodies, and they're going back, and we have to live with the consequences.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts, though?
I'm looking at the health aspect.
Because absolutely, it's good. Absolutely,
the healthcare, of course.
You know, there's usually mercury poisoning. You know, when they go and dig in and everything, and there's exposure to mercury. And mercury is a neurotoxin that affects the brain and the nerves. So they end up losing the ability to walk, to talk, to hear. You can have numbness and paresthesia, all those issues. So think of the health aspects of it. It's very, very bad. It's pollution. It's damaging the lands. There's degradation and then deforestation, all that as well. So. If I had a choice, I think we should just stop.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So easy.
It won't be easy, but we have to start
We have
somewhere.
the large companies who are allowed to mine. They've been given the designated areas. And then there's a small-scale mining. I feel if there was... It's not clear-cut as let's just stop the small-scale mining. If there was more regulation on who is involved in small-scale mining, because I feel that should be allowed too, because the land is also for the people around there if they want to make money, apart from the large corporations who would cheat with prices. So regulation, a lot of serious regulation and removal of corruption, because like you said, those machines don't drop. These Chinese don't just come there, you know, we collude with the process.
A lot of collude there, my dear.